Realize it is Week 14, game number 16 of the 2021 NFL season. It is between the Baltimore Ravens going up against the Cleveland Browns. We are at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Now let this go and see a lot Cleveland.
We'll see Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. First opened in 1999, there's a good look at First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel and they're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from Cleveland. Fielded in the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Here's the Cleveland offense, and here's Baker Mayfield, former Heisman Trophy winner, ready to go at quarterback.
So, Kim, I give a few props right here. Do you mind?
Please, Ernie, go ahead.
Okay, how about a guy who was a two-time walk-on, who later became a two-time Big 12 Player of the Year, has the most touchdown passes in Big 12 history with 129, a Heisman Trophy into his credit, and took his team to the college football playoff semifinal twice while at Oklahoma.
Mayfield on first down, and incomplete to open things up.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room.
3 and out, a real danger here on that opening drive as they come up on the 3rd and 12. From the gun, Mayfield. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on the punt. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
Allow me a second here to gush, because in his college career, the only player in NCAA history to rush for over 1,500 yards and pass for over 3,500 yards in a season, and he did it twice.
That's pretty good.
It's really good. Yet he only won the Heisman Trophy once.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. The collegiate star here in Buckeye Stadium, it's J.K. Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Early down stuff to put this offense in precarious position. We know the security point of attack, especially against the big body guys in the middle of this day, has got to be priority one.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. This is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carrying the ball every time they even thought about running it. Worn out defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And now Jackson will look to throw it over the middle here to Brown. And this will be stopped at the 44. And good for 7 yards. 7 yards to pick up there.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards to pick up, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Right back to Dobbins on first. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left in no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From midfield now, here's Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Play number 7 now, coming up on the drop. 3rd and 5. From the gun, Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Jackson on target to Brown for a Ravens first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone. Because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the game in distance game.
And here's Jackson on the option. Shrugs it off. First down and more for Jackson. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll run, it's Dobbins. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they're coming a little bit shy. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down and score points.
You know what that tells me? They saw their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. They got it done.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it will come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And they bring it to the ground just shy of midfield. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Chubb will have the first down and much more. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
And outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early, so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
What they talk about, cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. So in Reagan territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield and finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Even 9 there on the first down completion.
And that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up the second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
Running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Now, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brought you.
Chubb, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. A drive in time of 6 plays, and Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. So we're leaving at 7 now as they kick it away. Well, this will make it into the end zone, and this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game, and for them a touchdown their last go-around, obviously they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. The sack coming from Adrian Claiborne off the edge. If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save? That's what's going to go around the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it? And I feel awful for the offensive tackle because we always talk about the athleticism of that guy who just beat him. Well, you have to be athletic to try and block that guy. Just in this case, the defense won.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson, 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
And that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously, no loss of confidence from that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. JoJo Natson back deep. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way to the end zone for a touchback. Heading out as a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of. But so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, Three things can happen, and two of them are bad. He would have kissed it on the ground.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coaches' 2-minute drill.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
I'd give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly, got a great break on the ball, and able to force that incompletion.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's got his man, that's Landry. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big time arm strength. Very nice route.
Mayfield down from the 50. Looking sideline, incomplete. Rashard Higgins was the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Going to the air again with Mayfield. That's caught over the middle. Hooper. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Mayfield with it once more. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well, think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 in the first. Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, Stevie, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second, then Lamar Jackson is gone. You got to take those blockers and move them so that you have clear vision of Lamar Jackson, and hopefully you can have him in.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. He's going to take off with it. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd and 1, Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Man, that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And as a quick little completion, got the job done for a first down.
Jackson on first down. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to have a first down here. They're also in a field goal range now at the 27-yard line. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. Now a timeout signaled for him. They'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on down and trying to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Tucker's kick is good. And the Ravens strike first at 3's in. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Man, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
So 6 seconds, all that remains in this first half as the kick is away. Now Donovan Peoples-Jones. And it takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a terrific first half from the dual threat quarterback, Lamar Jackson. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game. As we send it back to Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And he's been fun to watch run the football. We know he can pass, but using his legs effectively here in this one.
No doubt about it. Watch him maneuver in the pocket, out of the pocket, making the plays that he's making, which are breaking down the defense. I thought back to when we had our morning jog before the game, and I couldn't keep up with you. Those legs, they're valuable for his team.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3 except in certain situations, try to ice the game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get for you, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Jackson from the shotgun. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're running into a defensive player in another zone.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get it behind the line for a second straight play. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
That's where the Browns and Nickel set here on third down. Operating from the gun, Jackson. He can run for it, and he will. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game where Jackson can really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 39-yard line. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards to loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he stopped immediately there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but now from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 3rd down, Jackson. In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward, and he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Could you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. They'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They run it again with Chubb. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Play fake. Mayfield. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Mayfield on target to Landry for Brown's first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And points result, we'll call this play significant.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And across midfield, he goes into Raven territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Working out again, Mayfield. Forced out to his left. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Line of scrimmage to 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. They'll run it. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's been a very hotly contested game at this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Mayfield on first down. And he's going to go down. He sacked back at the 24. Marcus Peters came screaming in on the corner blitz.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the forward defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Mayfield finding Odell Beckham with a touchdown pass. And once again, the Browns are back in front.
When we drop defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Now parking for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. That time a 9-play drive. And an edge for the touchdown for Cleveland. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. Take it in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And now here come the Ravens. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now right away, he'll look to throw. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And I think the Browns count it. They did. And he's into the end zone. It's a final return for Browns team. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Well, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Now parking for the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe even a yard shy of there at the 24. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field, and the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Jackson and the Ravens come up now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll set up to throw from the gun. Brought in left side by Snead. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run. They need a touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And now he's going to use his legs. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 26 good yards on that one. It's another 1st down. Well, another fine run right there for Lamar Jackson and CD. That one puts him over 100 yards now for the ball game.
And remember when all we talked about were 100-yard games from running backs? That when a quarterback did it was a surprise. With Lamar Jackson, that's part of the package as well. He'll have as many 100-yard games in the season as the top running backs in the league.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. They'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
We got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jackson. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard. It's that. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Peoples-Jones returning. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland with their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment. So they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. formation now. Here's Mayfield. Over the middle, into the hands of his receiver, Lambert. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Another nice pick up through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. They'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Cornell McPhee in there on the stop. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with a minute 56 to go. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause of the action. A timeout here defensively. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. They'll likely put an end to this thing. And again, it's Chubb. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Mayfield to throw. He finds Beckham complete. And he's going to have the Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 1st down, Cleveland, Mayfield to Beckham.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
The Browns in very formation now as they take the knee. Down to one knee goes Mayfield, and that's all she wrote.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road. There's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Check this one up on the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for your kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it took us a 4th quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it. And let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the 4th quarter. But a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there. But in the 4th quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit right in that reserve tank. They hauled it out. Offense scored some points, defense held it, and lo and behold, they walk away with a win. maybe expend a little more energy than they expected to, but they'll take it.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.
Well, guys, there you have it. The Browns are winners over the Ravens, 21-13. That end the stream, and I'll be back tomorrow for another live stream. So please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great day.